Hi, Deborah.
Hello everyone, my name is Deborah King, welcome, and I am a holistic therapist, breakthrough coach and speaker. Today we are going to answer some more questions, talk some more about all things holistic and well-being, and just so that you know, there is someone here who is going to be asking me questions, so let's see what we're going to talk about today.
Right, so you already said about the holistic therapies, which is the topic we are discussing today. So what would you say to people who think a lot of holistic therapies don't actually work, or a lot of nonsense, or are the placebo effects?
Okay, very good question. Okay, so do holistic therapies actually work? Are they a load of nonsense or a placebo effect? That's a lot of questions. That's a lot of stuff. Let's see. Okay. Actually, out of curiosity, can I ask you, because my questioner is from a bit of a different background to me, did you believe they were nonsense whenever maybe you met me, or like regarding your experience? Did you think holistic therapies were nonsense, or what did you think about them?
Oh dear, is that a throwback question? Anyway, well, I basically, when I met you, I said, I had seen you do a few things with people, and back then I did not actually believe in it, and we usually used to make fun of you, like me and a few other people actually used to make fun of it.
Oh, the tree's coming out now. Exactly. The tree's coming out now. All right, okay.
Not until like a few years back, like that's going back to about 5 years ago.
Okay.
And that's when I had a very dark time. I had issues, I had problems, not basically concerning me, but concerning someone else. And I was struggling then. And then one day, me and you were sitting down, you came to visit me, and I was discussing a few issues with you, and you gave me samples of things to practice and do, which I was skeptical initially. But then I was like, okay, what could happen? What could happen if I give it a go? And then I did try, and I came back to you a few months later, and I said to you, actually, what you told me to do actually did work. But also, I didn't know whether it was just a coincidence or whether it did work actually for me, which has been something I've struggled with. But then, not only that, it was another thing. We went to an Indian restaurant, we're coming back, and also I discussed an issue with you, and you told me, do this when you go home. And I did that. And also, something happened. And then there was a third and a fourth one, which I'm not going to go into details. That made me actually believe in it. But is it also a coincidence again? I don't know. But I know there is something in it. And I've experienced it. Unless you experience it, you wouldn't understand. But
because so the reason I wanted to ask is because I've been doing a lot of this stuff so long. I'm trying to think what was the question again. Oh yeah, is it nonsense? Because I first got into, I think there's a few, bear with me a second, there's a few different things in this, but so I've been doing sort of holistic stuff or getting into this area, gosh, maybe 25 years, maybe more than that. I think more than that. Been doing it so long, it's kind of like a way of life. Do you have to, I have certainly experienced a lot of people who thought it was nonsense. When the first thing that I was introduced to was energy work. And I suppose I would have been very open-minded. I'm always curious. I like to learn new things and do new things. So I was definitely curious and open-minded, but I had a friend who did energy work, and I don't know if I thought it was nonsense, but I don't know if I fully believed in it, so to speak. And then she used me as a guinea pig for this energy work, and I remember lying there and just feeling all these weird sensations going through my body, like this energy flowing through, and I was going, like, what's going on here? Because she wasn't even touching me. So it was very strange. So that sort of opened me up a bit to start looking. So I started questioning and started getting into different things. And I suppose the more I've gotten into, the more I have come to believe in a lot of them, because a lot of them have helped me tremendously in my life, and I've seen them help other people. again, it's a big question because holistic therapies cover hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of different types of therapies. And because we're all different, we're all unique. Not, when I say not everything will work for everybody, yeah, some people will just not believe in something and won't do it. Some things will work better for maybe for certain types of people and personalities. Some things will work better for whatever the ailment is, physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually. And it's the kind of thing that I would say have an open mind. I think a lot of people maybe stay away from holistic and alternative, and they range from maybe more traditional things like reflexology or massage to maybe some of the work that I do, the breakthrough sessions and other things that other people do, energy work. So there can be, some of them can seem pretty normal, and then others seem a bit way alternative for some people. My thing is, I think that you should just have an open mind. Just have an open mind, and it's worth exploring them and trying them. Because I've had people who have come and thought they were nonsense, but they were desperate to change or to heal, and they changed their lives. So I think as long as you have that open, kind of open mind and want change, a lot of these work. Placebo, so I absolutely 100% believe that they do work, that they're not nonsense, but you do have to find the one that works for you. Sometimes if you don't believe in something or whatever, you don't like it, fine, don't do it, go find something else. There's plenty out there. I think there's another thing I was going to say. Oh yeah, the placebo effect. I have been told that. People have said that to me about placebo effect, and my answer to that is I actually don't care if you think it's a placebo effect, as long as it helps you. If it helps you, I'm not here to ram anything down anybody's throat. If something helps you, heal, change your life, happy days, whether it's a placebo effect or not. So yeah, I could probably talk for 5 hours on that question. So
Yeah,
I'll stop now. I'll stop now.
And to add to this, I actually also remember when my cousin was going through a rough time. I asked you to have a wee session with him, and you actually, he was far away from here, but you actually did a few sessions with him on the laptop, and he came back to me and he said to me it did actually help him, which I
Great.
conveyed that to you, that he said it was okay, he just didn't have time to really be one-on-one with you, but whatever you did, and I told you I didn't want to know whatever you were doing with him.
And that's, to me, that's the most important thing. It helps you.
Yeah, I didn't know, but he said to me it did help him.
Yeah.
So there we go. So
great. As long as it helps. If it helps,
yeah,
it's worth trying it. But you don't have to, you don't have to actually totally believe something. Yeah. It's worth, if you see something that you say, I like the sound of that, or I like the look of that person. A lot of times it's through the energy of the person doing the therapy or the treatment. It's definitely worth exploring.
My next question is actually, when we're talking about the believing and then all that, do you actually believe in it? Because you are the one giving it out to people. Do you believe that it does work? Do you believe in it?
Absolutely, I believe in it. And I totally believe in it, but like I say, I was still kind of open-minded at the start, but with that energy work, I just could not explain it. With the likes of the breakthrough sessions and that type of thing, absolutely, it changed my life, and I know it's changed the life of so many people. I think one of the most important things around the idea of do you have to believe in them is, one of the most important things that I learned a long time ago when I was training in one of my modalities was, on the first day they said to us that there are two types of people in the world. There are those who are at cause and those who are at effect. And what that means is, if you are at cause, your mindset is of the idea or the belief that it is possible to change something. Because frankly, where my life was at the time, I didn't believe it was possible to change certain things in my life. And that was more important than, it's not that I thought things were nonsense. Actually, the mindset thought stuff can't change. So if you think stuff can't change, you're not even going to go and look for alternative sources. So they said, are you at cause or effect? Cause is you believe you can change something. Effect is you're at the effect of everything else and everyone else. They made me do it. It was my parents' fault. It was the government. It was the church. It was his fault, her fault, that job's fault, whatever fault. So cause basically is that you are of the mindset that you can change things and it's more empowering to you. Being at effect is you can't change anything because it's about everybody else and how they're affecting you. So are you at cause or effect? And to me, that's actually the most pivotal thing when it comes to healing and transforming your life. And that is, if you can, because at the time my mindset wasn't really there.
Yeah.
My mindset wasn't really in that idea of that I can change everything. But as we progressed through it very quickly, it was like, oh wow. The reason why we think we can't change a lot of times is because we don't think we have the tools or the techniques to do it. And that one thing just really flipped my mind around to think, oh, maybe I can change. Now, I'm going to say it's not always easy. It can be difficult. But the fact that there's hope or belief or tools, techniques that say you can change something is way more important than that, no, I can't do it or somebody has to fix me. When I say you don't have to believe in stuff, you have to be a willing participant in your change. I think that's what maybe you have to be a willing participant, as in just open to trying it, open to trying different things, even if you don't believe them. I've had people come to me, say things thought they were nonsense, especially breakthrough sessions, so just did not believe in it at all, and then, you know, within days, oh my God, my life's changed completely. So having that openness and willingness to see if there is something that can be changed, I think is the most important thing. Think that answer that?
So, how would one know, or how would a person know he or she is a cause or not?
That they are
The cause or the effects?
Basically, if you find yourself blaming everybody else for your life, if you find yourself blaming, and I don't even like you blame. It's not that you're blaming yourself either, but if you're blaming, you can say, oh, that's my child who did that. That's my this did that. That's my that did that. It's her fault I'm like this. Their fault I'm like this. If you're talking a lot, like if you feel really powerless, and if you think you have to wait for somebody else to do it, or that nobody else can do it for you, it's kind of your at effect. If you can even start to look at the idea of, is change possible? Could I change something? Might not know how to, but is it even possible? So you need to tune into your own mindset. Do you think there's something possible? There has to be something out there that can help. There has to be more to this. Or are you completely defeated in your mindset, as in, this is how I am and that's going to be it forever? That's okay, that kind of mindset, that general mindset.
That's a good perspective on that.
Yeah.
Anyway, to end this section, what would you like to say to your lovely audience to end this session?
As with all of this, and I kind of think this, what we've talked about there epitomises that we have so much stuff within us. We have so much strength and resources within ourselves. And my question I'm going to leave you with is, who would you be if you were all that you are? Who would you be if you were all that you are?
Wow,